Alright, moment of truth. I believe. An anchor! Yeah! Woo! First time driving. I guess I'll find out soon whether wrapping it around the front beam is a good idea. I'm not 100% sure. The reason why I did that is so that the rope's not chafing on the hull, and also I don't want to make any permanent fittings on the front beam just yet because I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go. I need to add a support to stop the beam from bending down as well, so all to be done at the boatyard. In last week's episode I was getting a bit carried away. I'm definitely going to a boatyard. So the bridle's attached, it looks pretty good. Yeah, but this chain, I've basically tied it off to the beam here at the front, but it needs another attachment point, basically a winch basically. Still waiting for my engine parts. They should come in the next couple of days, so I guess I'll just visualise myself moving this boat, find my steering position, where I'm going to control the engines from and all that, because it's a little bit sketchy down there. So yeah, that is the plan. That is the plan. Alright, a lot of thunderstorms lately. So this is going to be my command position right here. So I'm going to get a tiller bar, just a piece of wood, so I can move the tiller like this from here, or come here with my foot or hand, and then I'll have the engine controls here. The engines will be locked into position, so they won't be able to move, and I'll just hopefully. So I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error before I make the move to the boatyard. There's a few boatyards, I think I have a few options, so not sure which. I think I'm going to go visit one. But yeah, before I go to the boatyard, it's going to be like a day or two of maybe just in this bay, or go out a little bit, manoeuvre, make sure the engines are reliable, they don't just cut out for no reason. Just waiting for engine bits, and then yeah, I need to take the engine out again obviously and fit them and then put it back. Then we'll be ready for some for some action. So I've not really been too lucky getting these engine parts. I ordered them from one website which either was a scam or they don't have the stock. So I ordered them from another website, but then I realised that that website has a shop about half an hour's drive away today. So I went there today to get another jerry can, filled that with fuel, and I managed to find, or at least they have in stock, the only 2 available water pump gaskets that you can get for this engine. So one of them is like a circle and the other one's a sort of top hat, so it has to be one of these. So 2 ropes attached to the engine, which actually go back to these sort of cleaty things. I'm using them as cleats. 2 ropes to the front and the back of the engine. Obviously those ropes are tied off at those cleats, so if I do drop it, then it should just rest in the place where it's resting now. So this is the lower part of the leg with the propeller and the impeller casing. This is the new little gasket that I've bought, and you can see here, hopefully, if I zoom in, this fits perfectly, and there was nothing here before. It's got two little tabs on the side. They fit into the little holes, which I'm not sure if you can see. So if I put that in there, then that sits really nicely. I mean, that's a big part of the problem solved, so I'm really happy about that. But also I'm going to check in here as well, because this pipe, don't know if you can hear it, that's loose at the top, so also there could be a gasket missing there. So yeah, after taking this little section off, there's still no sort of sign of any gasket or gasket placement, so yeah. But it's really interesting. The only thing separating this from being a long shaft, it's just this section. So if I do end up getting new engines, which I feel like I probably will do at some point, all I would need to do is take that out, replace these with shorter bolts, and then just cut that to shape, and then I've got an outboard, a 9.9, 2 9.9s for any dinghy that I may have, a high powered dinghy. So alright, moment of truth, I believe. Oh, not bad for our first time. Not bad. Right, so I've got both engines idling a little bit higher than usual. Let's see what happens when I use the controls. Pretty sure they'll cut out, I think. Oh, it's working. That was actually amazing. They shifted in and out of gear like it was super rough. This one I just need to adjust something on it and it should be okay. This one was in and out so good, didn't cut out. Wow, I thought it was going to be a couple of days of tweaking. I mean, it's still going to be a whole day tomorrow of tweaking. This one smokes a bit more than the other one, but flipping heck, like, yeah, they seem to deliver a good bit of power and they didn't cut out and they shifted in and out of gear. Absolutely grim outside, so yeah, hopefully the rain will stop and then I can continue fettling those engines. But yeah, it's a bit grim when it's like this, when it's wet. Can't open the windows to get proper circulation. And also now I'm going to check, because there is a really bad smell in here and I'm wondering whether there's some sort of rotten egg on the outside, on the ventilation. Feels like it's coming from up there, but maybe not, I don't know. Ugh. Oh shit. After 24 hours of pure rainfall, it's finally come nice again. And with only 24 hours until I have to edit this video, I've got to get this boat moving. And so now I'm just going to take the opportunity now to get both of these engines essentially running in and out of gear, idling at the right speed, shifting in and out of gear, because this one here won't engage reverse gear, but if I play with the little screw between the leg, that should be alright. Then I'm going to fire up each one, go in and out of gear. As long as they don't cut out, and you know, they don't cut out for 5 minutes or something like that, then I'm pretty sure that I'm ready to use these engines. I'm also going to have to pull up the chain, see what is on the end of the chain. Wow, it was so difficult before. I actually turned the nut around and it seems to have helped. Alright. So that seems to be ticking over alright. I'll just try the control now. Hopefully it'll shift in and out of gear without cutting out. Let's see. Looks good, so it's in forward gear now at the lowest revs. So that one is perfect. So I'm going to stop that one and then work on the other one to see if that one's all good. Don't forget this one, the throttle cable is connected with 2 hose clamps and 2 tie wraps. So that was literally the first pull on that engine. Let's see if the controls for that one make it cut out or whether it works. Let's see. So now it's at the lowest revs and it's all good. Increase. Back to neutral. Wow, that's good. No, that's so good. So now we just have to have two engines both running together, in and out of gear, not cutting out, and then we're good to go, almost. I mean, there's still a few more things to do. The other engine's running. First pull maybe? Yes! First pull. That is actually so good. I feel good about these engines now. They're all working. I'm going to set up a tiller bar, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to lengthen the stern rope to the land, and then I'm going to chase up the anchor chain, see what's on the end of the anchor. So if I lengthen the back rope, I might be able to get to the anchor. I'm not sure how many meters we've got, if there's an anchor on there, whether it's like a concrete block or something, but I have no idea. If I can pull up the anchor, then I can go for a little motor around the bay. That would be perfect. So I got this today for €4, and this is my tiller arm. Doop doop doop. Go. The aft of the boat is secured to the land with this rope. This is actually one of the mast halyards, one of these halyards. I'm hoping I can get the boat above the anchor without having to separate from the shore. So I'm going to cut this here. The poor man's whipping. So that's two bowlines together, and then what I'll do is I'll just tie the end of this rope. Hopefully I'll be able to pull up an anchor. This is all the rope that I've got, which should hopefully get me towards the anchor. Just tie that off. Alright, let's start pulling up the anchor. the aft line is pretty much tight. Not got all the anchor up yet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get the engine started, running nicely. I've got pretty good confidence in them. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this block and tackle line off the back, tie it to a fender so I can collect it later, and then hopefully I can pull up the anchor with my bare hands. If I can pull up the anchor with my bare hands, amazing. Then I can just circle around, re-anchor, and then whatever, maybe tie the line to the shore or just re-anchor here somewhere. Good, good. Anchor. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Alright, we managed to get a massive anchor. Amazing. Still, now we're really close to this boat, but basically what I'm going to do now, I've just dropped the anchor down temporarily. Yeah, I'll pull up the anchor and then I'll just go for a little circle around and hopefully the drone will capture that. So yeah, a lot of variables, not only managing the boat, but flying a drone is not easy. First time driving. A bit faster. So I'm getting a good idea of how it is to handle this thing, and under rudder it doesn't turn very well at all. I think under engines it'll probably be pretty good. So now I'm just going to head back to the spot pretty much where I was, where the anchor was, drop that, and then hopefully yeah, get all set up for the evening. But yeah, successful day. Very slow, but I'm not really pushing the outboards. Probably doing about 2 knots or something, but anyway. So essentially what happened then is one of my engines died, and yeah, I was just puttering around in this bay, and then obviously as it died, rather than messing around with it, I just dropped the anchor, and I'm not sure how many meters I have, but yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with the way that went. Obviously one of the engines stalled for some reason. That's the whole reason why I've got the rudders set up, because if one engine dies I can still steer it. But just from motoring around in that in this bay, I'm not sure how well the drone captured it. This boat does not turn in a circle really very well. When I was doing that then with the engines, that's when one of them cut out. It did seem to be turning, but yeah, Those engine mounts as well scare me a lot. I think I'll just put out a little bit more chain, pull the bridle up, get more chain out, and then just settle for the evening. I would say that was a pretty successful day. Just off to reclaim my block and tackle and rope from my fender. Look at this for an ending message, an action ending message. I'm super happy that pretty much my boat is now movable, and now I just need to focus on getting to a boat yard and just organising that. So over the next couple of days I'll be doing that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching these videos. Thanks to everyone who went to my Ko-fi and PayPal, who've been so generous on there. Your guys' names showing up on the screen, getting water on my camera as well. But now, thank you so much. There we go. Need my rope. Need all the rope I can get. Oh yeah.